5. Yeah. What is going on? Welcome to the Genesis Block this morning. This is your boy Big Mar from the Genesis Block. I am here on stage with a bunch of our experts. We got my man Zay back this week, which is amazing. Appreciate Zay coming back this week, man. He was a little under the weather last week. He was a little bit off the grid. So yeah, man. Zay, what's up, man? What's the news that we need to know about right now, brother?
Oh yeah, appreciate you bringing me on, Lamar. Glad to be back. So yes, the Gentlemen of Crypto daily, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Today's news, we had two main stories. The main one being Time Magazine. They're actually accepting crypto for their subscriptions, and they'll be using Crypto.com's cryptocurrency for 10% discounts. But also, if you remember, Time Magazine also had NFTs, and it seems as though they'll be putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So that's pretty big. Time Magazine is very well known, been around for years. And I think that, I've always said people won't have a choice. And my co-host King, he said the same thing. I think we're starting to see that now. Everybody's starting to make their way into the Bitcoin economy. So that was our first big story of the day. Our second big story was Edward Snowden. He actually created an NFT that sold for $5.4 million, about 2,000 Ethereum, and he donated all of it to the Freedom of Press. And we sort of gauged the question that could this become a way for people to fund their, not only their 501c3s or their businesses, but just plans that groups may have. They could literally create NFTs and raise money that way. So we just talked about that this morning, and we also discussed the drops in price. For anybody out there that's scared, you should go ahead and get out of the Bitcoin world now. 20-30% drops of nothing on the way during the bull run. So just discuss that today. And the Gentlemen of Crypto will start streaming live here on the Black Bitcoin Billionaires channel starting tomorrow. So join us at 10 a.m. Eastern, and we'll talk with you then. And we also have questions, Q&A for people who join in as well.
Yeah, thank you, Zay, for that, man. I hope y'all heard that. Everybody out there in the YouTube, Facebook world, they will be doing a Gentlemen of Crypto not only on YouTube, not only all the other places they stream, but also here on Clubhouse.
Lamar, looks like Lamar might have left for a second.
Oh no, nah, my bad. What I was saying, yeah. So it seemed like I got muted. I muted myself. I was like, yeah, Zay, did y'all all hear that? So let me rewind that and say exactly what I said. Yeah, did everybody hear that they will be doing Gentlemen of Crypto here on Clubhouse every day at the same time they do it on YouTube. So you'll be able to get the news fresh on Clubhouse directly from the Gentlemen of Crypto. So it is going to be really, really dope. We're adding that to the to our lineup. You all know we do a lot of education. The Gentlemen of Crypto is the longest running crypto news show in the world. Let's not get that twisted. It ain't because it's black. It ain't because it's special. It's because it is, right? It is the longest running crypto news show in the world right now. And I wanted to say shout out to Bitcoin Zay for keeping that thing going and being consistent. But now it's coming to Clubhouse, so y'all can tune in here, jump on, listen to the Gentlemen of Crypto. Y'all usually go for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, right, Zay?
Yep, about 30 to 45 minutes. And again, Monday through Friday, we have our show. We'll do it on here, but we also have it on Sundays at 6 p.m. where we dive more in depth on Talk Shop Live. So yeah, trying to keep it consistent. We're at episode 705, trying to get to 1,000 this year.
705, man. Everybody give a round of applause for that, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's good stuff, Doc. So listen, everybody who is on Facebook and YouTube, you guys, I'm about to put a scroller at the bottom of the screen. If you participate in that scroller and use Twitter to push this thing out there, I will definitely give you an opportunity to win 5,000 Satoshis. We've been giving away Satoshis every single Genesis block. All you have to do is hashtag BBB Genesis Block on Twitter, and also add @BigMar to it. And what I'll do is I'll look through them. We'll do a little count, do a little random thing, and then give somebody some Satoshis to their wallet, man. So we've been doing that, and that's been an amazing thing. So to get this thing started today, do y'all want to start with the update first, or y'all want to go into news first? I'm gonna let y'all decide. Everybody up for the update? Flash your mic on stage. Oh, everybody wants the update first. So here's the update, everybody. So for everybody out there who doesn't know, the Black Bitcoin Billionaire wind up running into a situation about in February because a certain application, and I won't say their name out here, you'll be able to see it once you go read the article, but I won't say their name out here, but a certain application had a mishap within internally where they actually sent a push notification that said this right here. This is exactly what it said. It said, "Hello, we are sad to announce closure of our services to all black people and niggers with immediate loss of all funds. We advise all users to do prompt withdrawal to prevent loss of funds." That was what they tweeted out. Right, that was from a push notification, and within the application itself, there was a coin that was renamed Nigga Coin. Now we had of course, Black Bitcoin Billionaires. We're gonna have a conversation about that. So we opened up a room, had a conversation about it, and within the conversation, there was a person that came into the room that was a old founder of the company that said, "You know what? I think this was a mistake. Let me go get somebody to come in here." Well, throughout the course of the day of us discussing it, like we discuss all types of things in the Bitcoin crypto space, especially something like that. Of course, the Black Bitcoin Billionaires are going to talk about that. So we talked about it, and within the course of that day, the CEO of the head company came into the room, and we had a really good conversation with him. He told us what happened. Basically, what happened, there was a mishap within the company where someone left their computer open and somebody got in and sent these messages out. Now, I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to go into any speculation or anything like that. Because of this happening, people on stage, of course, were asking, people in the Black Bitcoin Billionaire were asking, like, hey, you gave out, let me explain that. They gave out $10 million to their existing user base, and then said another $10 million to new users that came on for this incident happening. And so a lot of people were a little bit worried about that. Like, how did this happen? Why would you just give money away to those people? That seems kind of odd. It seems like a marketing thing. It seems like a way to get people involved. Well, what happened after us talking to him, he basically turned around and said, well, you know what? I understand where you're coming from. Let's work together on supporting the Black Bitcoin Billionaires and making sure that some of the funds get into a place where that's actually affecting the types of people that the actual slur was against. So we started communications, and I'm not going to go any further into it, but basically we've been ghosted. And if you go right now onto the Black Bitcoin Billionaire, you can read up all about the update. Anybody who's a member of Black Bitcoin Billionaire, if you're not a member, you probably need to become a member so that you can get these types of updates. But if you are a member, make sure you go check your email and go to blackbitcoinbillionaire.com. Check out the article, check out the update, and at the very top, if you want to tweet it out and join our tweet campaign about it so that more people can hear in our community what's going on and how this thing works. What we're doing is we're basically putting a highlight on companies that we realize don't really work with us. Right? And if they don't work with us, that's good. We good. We done waiting. So with a hashtag done waiting, hashtag we good, you can take that tweet, you click the button, and it automatically creates the tweet for you. So you don't have to do nothing else. And it basically says hashtag done waiting, hashtag we good. And you can get that information out to your community so that we all know not to fool with these companies, the companies that we're talking about. You'll see the company when you go to blackbitcoinbillionaire.com. We don't want to give them a whole lot of airspace, but without naming the company, my question is to everybody, what do you all feel about this update?
I personally feel like it is what it is. I didn't think they were going to do anything in the first place, just because of the fact that, again, we're not going to speculate, but just all of the facts showed that this was a planned, orchestrated. There's no way in the world in the middle of the night you're going to okay $10 million. That's just me. So I think they did it on purpose.
I totally agree. I'm not surprised at all that nothing ended up coming from it. Like, we honestly, didn't need anything in the first place. There were some people that were highly offended, and I understood that were in the space, that were in the room at that time, that kind of, mentioned maybe they could partner to kind of try to make things right or do something to kind of aid the community or whatever. But yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Like Ms. Naja pointed out, like it's too many coincidences that work together with so much cohesion for this to be appear to be a mistake. It didn't even appear to be a mistake, even when he explained it and ran everything down. Like, it's just, yeah.
Fuck them. We don't need them.
Right. And we good. That's what we say. We good.
Right.
This is literally an update for the community. Like, this is an update for the community. That's why we're telling you, tweet it out. Tell them we good. Tell them we done waiting. We ain't waiting no more for none of this stuff. There's nothing we thinking about right now outside of how we can continue to push forward with companies that actually support our community and also to support our own companies as well. Shout out to Miss Naja with the Black Wall Street app that they getting together and trying to get ready, right? Her and Hill Harper. So shout out to them. Shout out to Miss Tavana. This is the thing. Like, go read the article, go read the update. There's way more information in it, but make sure, even more so than you reading the article, make sure that you hold on. You know what? I realized my man Ian, the writer of the article, is down here. Let me get him up on stage. Make sure that you also tweet that out to make sure people can see that. It's real easy to tweet. Once you go to the site, you'll see the link at the very top of the article. Just click that link and it'll make the tweet for you. Like, real talk.
And Lamar, while you're pulling in up, I'd just like to add, I was in the room that day, and this is Granny Crypto speaking, and being from the old school, I knew nothing would come of this because for him to be the CEO and the kind of stuttering he was doing, and he could not get his thoughts together, that was a bad sign for me.
Yeah, and that's why we had to give the update, because people kept asking me. I try to give them as much time as, you know, you know how I am, y'all. Y'all know I'm I try to be a patient individual. But after a while, I keep getting updates and people are saying, Lamar, what's going on? What happened with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that right there, I had to get the update out, man. So I appreciate Ian. But Ian, what's going on, man? What you got to say about this, Doc?
Hey, sorry I'm late. I was ripping and running, but I think you said everything, and also is in the article. When you guys let's really try to make this a campaign and share it throughout the Bitcoin community. I know we have with the link, it has FTX and Blockfolio tagged, but let's try to get other publications tagged on there. So when you go on Twitter, tag Bitcoin Magazine, tag CoinDesk, tag Cointelegraph, tag Decrypt. Any ones that you sort of publications that you listen to or you read, I would say to tag them as well, because once the journalists and the editors, they get a hold of this, is like, oh wow, this is an actual real story. A lot of people care about this. This community is, this is at the forefront of their minds. So, okay, we got to cover this too. This is a thing, right? So I would definitely also tag to other publications. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you guys heard what Ian said. Matter of fact, I'm adding them right now. Who else did you say I should add on here as a publication so it'll be automatic?
Well, I didn't want I didn't want to like spam all the, how that's kind of like, it's kind of gross, like spam all the publications, but like I'm just giving you ideas. Like when you guys individually send this out, I said Decrypt, Bitcoin Magazine, CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, right? Those are really the big hitters, and you can decide who you want to sort of tag, but I think we should get all of them. And if there's enough people who get on their radar and they're like going to be like, oh, this is a real deal. Like, what's happening? What's going on with this community? So yeah, I would definitely suggest that.
Thank y'all, man. I appreciate it. That's the update. We got that out of the way. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say about it? Because, we all think it's bad business, but at the same time, it is what it is, man. I don't think we expected anything. I just want to say shout out to the cats that support us, that didn't have to try to clean up something to support us. You understand what I'm saying? The people that support us because we got the dopest club on Clubhouse. The people that support us because we got the dopest mods on Clubhouse. The people that support us because we are the dopest club on Clubhouse. Those are the cats we rock with. Shout out to Square. Shout out to Dang Gone Exodus. Shout out to Casa. Shout out to Cash App. Shout out to y'all cats that support us. Shout out to Fold. They coming soon. Shout out, man. Shout out to Kraken. Shout out to all of y'all cats that out here that supporting us because we dope and y'all ain't trying to clean up a mess. And if you trying to clean up a mess, hey, that's fine. Look, if you say you gonna work with us, we good, right? We gonna work with you back. We gonna figure something out. But if you say you gonna work with us and then you leave us hanging, we gonna do this as well and make sure we update everybody to let them know what the deal is.
Hey Lamar, what month did they say it was gonna work out?
Oh, and they said they was gonna work out with us doing Black History Month, doing Black Future Month. You know what I'm saying? They was even.
That's about as all we need to know, because everybody talks during Black History Month, and then it comes March 1st. All right, good business. So that's just the MO.
Right.
Yeah, I think we all knew when it took hours for the CEO, who had been, up all night supposedly doing damage control, taking his nap. I'm like, I think we all knew what was up. So, like everyone else said, I mean, this has no surprise. If I know a lot of people up here who has their own business, and when things need to get done, we don't sleep. And if this was so severe to him and so detrimental to his company, you sleep when you can. That's not when you want to. So, we kind of knew what was up, off rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And let's remember, we just came out of the election of 2020 and Trump got 74 million votes, 46% of the vote. These sentiments are still alive and well in the U.S. So, unfortunately, I think they will continue to come. But like you said, Lamar, we're good. We don't need them. That's fine. If they want to act crazy, our job is to call them out and continue to work with the organizations that support our community.
Right. And build our own. That's the biggest part. And start to build our own organization so we can support ourselves. And that's really what it all boils down to. Because I'm telling you, man, once people start realizing how much power we have together as a unit, and where we can say, you know what, y'all might be good without us. That's all right. Y'all good without us. Cool. Keep serving your donuts and your coffee across the street at that diner. But we not coming spending our money at that diner no more. Nope. This is where we at now, and I think we have the ability and the power to move forward in that realm. And if we continue to utilize the fact that we have this power and empower one another, man, who can stop us? Like, real talk, who can stop us? Let's keep working together. Let's keep this thing going, and let's end on a positive note of us all continue to understand the power we have within. And when we lock hands together, that power becomes multiplied exponentially. So just know that. All right. So second part, man. Like it was almost perfect. We almost hit right at 11:30. So for our second topic of the day, I want to talk about this whole situation, like Zay was talking about. Number one, with what's going on with Time Magazine. What do y'all think about an old established company like Time? Like, think about all the people that have been on the front of Time Magazine. An old established magazine like Time, not only taking Bitcoin for their subscriptions, but also holding the Bitcoin on their balance sheet and announcing it. What do y'all think about that, man?
I think they don't want to be Blockbuster. If you don't keep up with the times, then you get rolled over by technology. So shout outs to Time Magazine for that.
Yeah, I think that they know it's a great time to be in the space right now. So somebody over there on that board is waking up and putting them people on the future. So I'm actually glad to see a big company like them that has a lot of I wouldn't say pull, but has a lot of notoriety in the United States, coming out and saying that publicly. I think we're in quarter two. I just gotta have a little moment of excitement. We're in quarter two right now, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people don't know what's going on unless these companies are putting it out public. But some of the stuff is not even getting out there. So for them to announce that going into quarter two, it just tells me that more people are going to be coming in. Institutions, anyways.
Yeah, for the people who don't understand what quarter two is, typically in corporate America, every 3 months, they have to release their financial statements. And when they release their financial statements, that includes what they own on their balance sheet, meaning the things that they own, those are their assets, their liabilities, the things that they owe on, and how much equity, meaning how much the whole company is worth. Every 3 months, they have to update that and give it to the public. And so when we're saying that Time has Bitcoin on the balance sheet, it means that they own Bitcoin and they're holding on to it, and they have to let the world know. So now the world will see, especially big stock investors, they'll see what Bitcoin's influence is on different stocks and different companies.
Right. Here's the dope part I like about it, right? Is that Time Magazine would probably tell any of their reporters that are reporting on Bitcoin that they can't own Bitcoin. Because a lot of these publications do that, but the publication itself owns Bitcoin. So I wonder if they're going to be okay with their writers owning Bitcoin and writing about it too.
Can't stop it, but for so long, you know they're going to get it anyway. I think they may have tried, but I know banks that tried that to try to get their employees not to own it, but people find ways. I can tell you that. There's really no way to stop it, like you said. I mean, it's at a point now where it's like it's kind of weird because it's so accepted that Bitcoin is going to succeed. It's like, all right, now we just got to plan a strategy around it. But regular people are not. They're not buying Bitcoin now because somebody tells them. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, and then some of the people like have restrictions because of their job. It just makes them want it. They're like enticed to get it more. It's like saying, well, how can I get this stuff that my job doesn't allow me to get? How can I get it and hide it? How can I still own it with these restrictions that I'm up under? I think it's states like New York, Hawaii, like some of them can't even access some of the crypto that we have access to just because of the different restrictions in the areas that they're in. So when they put a restriction on certain type of people or certain type of geographical location, it just makes those people want it more. It makes the demand go up in that area.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's real. Go ahead, Ms. Shawn.
I was going to say, I also read that Time is actually trying to get into the education space around Bitcoin. There's an article that came out, I think last week, that said they're going to be releasing an educational video series that's coming out this summer. So I definitely think they're going to reach a new segment of the population. Like you said, Lamar, they're 100 years old. So there's only certain people reading Time. And so, but I mean, let's keep it 100. But if you kind of add Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to the mix, it allows them to refresh their subscriber base and hopefully reach into a younger, broader, growing population of new subscribers. So I think it's a really smart and innovative move on their part.
Yeah, they're capitalists, right? Why would you not, if you have a large publication, why would you not put out educational videos about the assets you have on your books?
They got 2.3 million subscribers. I would see
right.
why not. And I want to ask you too. I want to ask, I guess, in general to everybody. Do you think these crypto journalists should all be holding Bitcoin on the balance sheet? Cointelegraph, Decrypt, CoinDesk, like everybody should be holding it.
Yes,
I'm not sure if
they're already holding it.
They already are. Okay, I was gonna say because if they're not, Time Magazine doing it, that means you definitely have to. If you call yourself a Bitcoin publication,
hey, Bitcoin Magazine definitely probably got to be, man. That's Dave. That's Dave Bailey down there, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I think it's gonna be a huge clash coming up here soon because all of these big institutions are going to try to be the leader in the education. So they're going to think about some of these big banking institutions that have all these clients, that have all this money. They want to make some type of advertisement to these older generations so that they can get more into Bitcoin, because these bankers and these big institutions just want to custodian or just actually just hold the Bitcoin, and so these people, these clients that don't understand it, don't have to do it. So that's what you got with the grayscales and things like that. But now it's coming to a point where these big companies and these guys that are, that frowned upon crypto years ago are trying to come out with educational models, and that's going to kind of I'm not going to say it's going to sweep us out the way, but for the guys that's actually been out here ground pounding and trying to, get education out, it's going to make us look like we're not, we don't have the ball rolling, because they're going to come out with a bunch of buying power and they're going to have a lot more reach. They're going to, be tied into the media, and it's just going to make they're the ones to go to for the education. I just think that's an issue we're about to run into up here, because there's going to be so many big institutions fighting over new clients to come in and invest in Bitcoin. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like what you just said. If the banks open up at least Bitcoin buying in their back end, they're going to have educational things because they want more. It's like part of it, right? That's part of the strategy. We've seen all of the big, large exchanges kind of do some type of educational part. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. Somebody's asking, but where are the black-owned banks in this space? Somebody said, why are they not jumping in on this thing?
Because, man, they're not allowed. They're not allowed to compete on that level, right? There's certain things that the black banks just can't do. If you read it's a great book. I want to say it's and it's about the black banks. The author is Mirza Baradardhan. I can't remember. I can't think of the name of the book, but that's a great book to check out. I want to say it's Black Banks and the Racial Wealth Gap is what I want to say the name of the book is. By Mirza.
It's like the Color of Money type of thing.
Yeah. Color of Money, Black Banks and the Racial Wealth Gap. Yeah, so check that book out. And it kind of goes into detail about like how black banks are set up and, how they're not necessarily pushing everything forward because there's certain things that they just can't do, and they can't compete the same way that, a lot of these other institutions can. Like they're limited in their capacity of what they can do and the ways that they can, move money around.
This is one. Yeah, I think that's right. But I do think there's an opportunity for the newest black neobanks, right? So I'm thinking of First Boulevard and also Greenwood. So if you're a neobank, you're a digital bank, and so you're not held by the same, heavy regulatory standards as your other traditional black banks. In fact, I think last time I read First Boulevard, they're partnering with Visa, and Visa is going to be managing crypto payments. So I think we're going to see some of these black neobanks move faster toward crypto than your standard those the old 15 black banks that have been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guy. I'm late to the game, but
what's up, Greg?
I think that what's going on. I think there's only 19 black banks in the U.S. By the way, no shade, but Omega Sci-Fi has one of those. And I am a member, so I am supporting. So I am a member. But I did want to say that it's only, I think we got less now than we had back in 1900s, which is sad to say. But I think part of that is just getting them on board too, in terms of an educational piece. And maybe that's something we should look at is trying to set up some appointments to see if we can at least get them thinking in that way. I find that our people tend to be behind in a lot of areas, and we have a few spots as we know with Lamar from the beginning of this inception of this whole thing. So maybe that's one of the ways we can attack it. And I'm glad you said that, because actually I didn't think about it till you said it. I'm going to call my frat brother today who's on the board, and I'm going to mention this to him and just see what happens. So at least that's one of the banks I can at least directly connect with.
Hey, it's funny that you who was that?
CJ.
I was just going to say real quick. I was just going to say in Houston we have Unity National, and so possibly when Naja and Hill Harper come to Houston, maybe I can make that happen. I'll reach out to them to try to get them to come to the event with Naja and Hill Harper.
What I was going to say was, it's interesting that Greg mentioned like the number of black banks, and interesting fact is like one of the oldest black banks that had been around and actually survived like the Great Depression actually closed under Obama's watch, man. And I thought that was very interesting, considering how all those other banks were getting bailouts. This black bank that was around since the Great Depression survived that, did not survive the 2008 financial crisis, and did not get a bailout.
Right. Yeah, that's tough too. Hey, somebody, just really quickly, can y'all answer this? The 85% here, somebody who probably watched the 85 South show, shout out to LeVar. would like to know what's the best publication to read. I already read Black and Bitcoin, Bitcoin and Black America. So can y'all just throw out one book that y'all read real quick for this gentleman real quick?
What does he want to know about? If
just any
about
book.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, any book about Bitcoin.
The book I just mentioned about black banks is a great book to give you some idea of like economics, especially here in the United States. So, The Color of Money, Black Banks, and the Racial Wealth Gap by Mercer Baradadan.
Yep,
so
they
check
put
that one out.
Yep, gentlemen on YouTube put it up for us, so I put that up in the comments. So you can check that one out right there, LeVar. The Color of Money, Black Banks, and the Racial Wealth Gap, book by Mercer Baradadan.
Adopting Blockchain and Cryptocurrency by Fred Brandon, man.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
For sure, that's a good book.
Appreciate it. Terminology and all that, absolutely.
We lost you, Black Regal. You started falling away.
No, I said Adopting Blockchain and Cryptocurrency by Fred Brandon. You know what I'm saying? That's a great book for learning the terminology and the space and everything like that, and coming in and being able to get a grip and understanding on what all these words mean and what these things do.
Yeah, thank you. Man.
I really like the Little Bitcoin book. So that's by Lily Liu and Timmy Ayuboye. So it's 92 pages. It's a great layman's view of Bitcoin. And I like it because it also talks about the whole human rights case for Bitcoin and talks about how Bitcoin is being used in other countries. So I'd recommend that one.
And then the Bitcoin Standard by Saifedean. Somebody put that up in on YouTube. Somebody's doing a wonderful job on YouTube right now. Shout out to BK Keeps on taking bits.
Yeah.
So yeah, LeVar said thanks. So yeah, man, just to keep this rolling, somebody said, who was that? Corey said, if corporations see the importance of adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet, then individuals should definitely start stacking Bitcoin. And he's making an incredible point, because the thing that I always want to say is Bitcoin, there will only ever be 21 million, and 18 million have already been printed. And so a lot of these corporations and large businesses and billionaires are just now coming onto the scene. Like, they're just now getting involved in this whole entire space, right? And so if they're just now getting in and they want to get into Bitcoin, you have an opportunity to what we call front run them, which means you can get the Bitcoin that they can't have. And as long as you don't sell and you hold on as they're trying to get it, they're going to have to pay more and more and more for your Bitcoin, or more and more for somebody's Bitcoin, because you're not the one selling it. So if you can hold on to that Bitcoin as these large corporations and entities are trying to get into Bitcoin, you're going to have an incredible gain, because there won't be anything out there for them to get, and they'll have to be fighting over the small pieces and paying more and more money for it, which actually pushes all of us up. This is the reason why we're trying to get as many people in as possible right now, as fast as possible. Anybody out there that actually signed up to get free Bitcoin from the Black Bitcoin Billionaires, know that y'all came in real hot and heavy, and I'm trying to get to a point where where it slows down a little bit, so I can give over your names over to our ambassadors, so they all have their their jobs they have to do. So thank you for being patient with us, but we're gonna try to get you those coins as soon as we possibly can. People who were in there before we did the 85 South show, they've already sent you your coins, but you probably sent them back. So I'm sorry, or you didn't accept them, so they probably came back, and we don't know which ones those are. So we're gonna try to give them to the new people first, and then we'll circle back around and try to give them out to everybody that may have been missed, if that's okay with everybody. So yeah, man. But yeah, outside of that, listen, y'all. Somebody said, how do we get invited to the clubhouse? How can somebody, is anybody on? Oh, Fred's on there. Fred, can you hit that person up on YouTube to ask how can they get invited in here into the room? Fred, I don't know if he can.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm hearing you and not talking to you on mute. I got you, bro.
Yeah, okay, that's what's up, man. So yeah, listen. This is the thing. So we've talked about time, but we also want to talk about the other news story that Zay brought up, which was Edward Snowden getting $5.4 million for his NFT. And the question that Zay asked, do you think NFTs will be a good way for nonprofits to start getting some money in? And I think, yeah, I mean, that's what they do with art now. I think somebody is auctioning off a car. I think Miss Naja was talking about that. Is that wasn't that you, Miss Naja, that was talking about that?
Yes, sir. And this weekend we set up our NFTs for Crypto Kids Camp. We're gonna start posting our kids' art starting this week. So we'll see how it goes. We'll be your guinea pigs.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, one of the things somebody just said, do you all have an Android platform we can follow on? Well, we do have a Black Bitcoin Billionaire Discord that I have not opened up all the way yet. So we will be opening it up soon. Go to blackbitcoinbillionaire.com and join. So when we do open that up, everybody will get access to it, and we're gonna do these same types of things that we do here over there. So we'll just push it to both platforms at the same time. So yeah, just go to blackbitcoinbillionaire.com and sign up, and you can get a part of it. But yeah, Miss Naja. So Miss Naja says she's selling art right now. Like she's selling art right now for her Crypto Kids program. What about you, Zay? I know you got a nonprofit as well that I think you and Miss Naja are working together on.
Well, separate right now, but yeah, we definitely me and Miss Naja got to hook up to try and get it a template. We got to talk to the YMCA. I'll hit you up, Naja. But yeah, mine will be starting in July, and the kids NFTs that they create will be in the Black Arts District and Crypto Voxels. So yeah, same thing, similar. And I think it is a great way for you to raise money. I also think, just being honest, I think a lot of this money going to NFTs is for money laundering. However, for the kids, that's not exactly what we're going for with the kids. But with keeping with the story, the amount of money that people are paying for these NFTs to keep it in some certain asset, just like with a regular art, we can only hypothesize that some of this is some nefarious stuff. But again, NFT has a use case. And I think kids getting involved, being able to make art, being able to sell it for crypto is definitely a way to get everybody in. And all roads lead to Bitcoin. So if NFTs is the route, then that's one I'm willing to take.
Zay, it seemed like we caught you mid Black and Mild Toke. It's like
my earphone was falling out. I'm sorry about that.
Ain't no worries, man. What's up, T Matt? You came off of mute. What's going on, sister?
Oh no, nothing. I was just clapping for the
my bad
for the children.
No problem. The money for the children. Black Bitcoin billionaires love the kids. That's what I'm talking about. So here's my question: do you all think that, like, sans what? Let's take out what Zay said about the money laundering. Do you think NFTs will be a channel that is a fad type of a channel, or do you see this lasting over a long period of time? For getting money into, because Ms. Naja, you're doing that. Do you see this being a fad, or you see this being something that you can sustain over a long period of time for your nonprofit?
Well, prayerfully, it's sustainable. But what I see right now is I think it's really a fad. Because like just this weekend, Paris Hilton, 11 million or something crazy. And if you look at that art they put out, that's some, I hate to say it.
Some mess.
It's a mess. And I'm like, who is buying this as a collectible? So as they said, I looked at it and said somebody's laundering some money, but it's an issue. So I just hope that it's sustainable for those of us who, are really using this for a great cause. I think people will support based on a cause and not just have some NFTs in their digital wallet just because they bought it from, a person like her, who's calling herself now the Icon Crypto Queen, by the way. That's what the title of her art was, the Icon Crypto Queen. And so it's just, I'm looking at this shaking my head. That's it.
Jesus Christ. Get out of it. So Lamar,
yeah, go ahead,
Lamar, with it being a fad, the one thing I will say is Tom Brady's building an NFT platform, and I think NBA Top Shot just got a $7.5 billion valuation.
Gosh.
If we as old school Bitcoiners look at it as a fad, maybe. But if some of these other people that are really serious are dumping money into it, again, I just don't see it going away because again, the use cases haven't been NFTs built on Bitcoin haven't even been introduced completely. And I just talked to the CEO of RSK, and literally he's like, I don't know why people don't build it on Bitcoin. It's just popular on Ethereum. So you have other blockchains where NFTs will be built. You have music, art, whatever. Hopefully, again, people don't lose a lot of money with it, trying to FOMO into NFTs. But, it's a lot of money being thrown into the market right now. It's crazy.
I think it's
And since they brought up NBA Top Shops, let me tell you, those NBA players are really starting to talk in closed quarters,
Right.
because they don't get a dime for that, you guys.
Yeah,
So just
I'm
make
working
sure
with some
you
right now.
understand. Yes, it's sad.
I think it's actually a good thing, and for blockchain, technically. So if I'm not big. Anybody that talks to me about NFT, I'm not on the investing side of it. I don't really like talking about the investing side of it, because that's the part that's crap to me, right? The money laundering and anything else that could possibly be going on with that. But for the artists, to think about how everything works for the artists, whether it's music, art, digital art, whatever. I think it's a really good for the space. So I don't think it's necessarily a fad from that side of it, because it is allowing these artists to actually take more control of their art and being able to continuously get paid off of something that they mint. So if you think about it in this route, where whether I was selling that one painting for $1,000 and then it stops right there, and then you're selling it for 10,000 or 100,000, and I get nothing off of it. At least with the NFT and the smart contract side of it, I would still be getting a nice little 10% or 20% on the back end of every purchase.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? So the technology might not be completely there because the different chains, like Zay said, but I think it's there. I think it's going to be here for a while because the artists are figuring out ways to use it for them to find new audience. So yeah, I'm down with that all day. I'm just not down with, certain coins that people are pushing because of it. I think people going to mess around and get wrecked from that. But you know what, y'all? I try not to do this, but there is a 455-pound dog in the corner of this room that we're not talking about right now, whose name is Doge. and a lot of people, I'm just kidding. A lot of people want to know about what's going on with Doge, with the Dogecoin, and what's happening with Doge. And we're going to bring it up because our community's asking. You know what I'm saying? Our community's in all of these rooms trying to go figure out, should they jump on Dogecoin? So I'm gonna let our experts have at it. Let's talk about Doge for a second because we can't run away from it. It's sitting in the corner barking right now. So we got to take care of it. Go ahead, experts. What y'all think about Doge, man?
Hey man,
talk to people. Go ahead, Zay.
I was just gonna say, man, hey, 50 addresses on 90% of the supply. That's all I say. So even though there's people that are making money from it, if you look at Dogecoin's chart long term, it's always a pump at some point. It pumps once every couple of years. It sort of was like a heartbeat chart. Like it just pumps, goes right back down, pumps, goes right back. And it's just funny because people are making money from it, but it's also, you ask them, you're like, so how much did you make? And there's people that's like trying to convince you to buy Dogecoin and made like $150 from it. It's like, calm down. It's a lot more to it. But I understand. I'm glad that there are some people that make money. I never fault anybody for that. I just want people to have the questions, to have the real information. This coin pumps, but it is not something that's going to be the standard financially long term. So Dogecoin, the standard, is not. It's not a thing.
Yeah, you said something interesting. I'll be upfront. I bought 50,000 Dogecoin about 2 years ago, right? 2.5 years ago, whatever it was, and I ended up selling it because I only spent like $136. I'm telling you the numbers up front. And I ended up selling it because I went out once I found out it was like this meme coin. I was like, I'll get rid of it. There is part of me wish I hadn't. It would have been, I could have this weekend got as much as $20,000, but guess what? That would have been a luck of a draw. And I think that's what people have to understand. What's making Dogecoin significant now is, of course, you got Mark Cuban saying, hey, I'll take it for, if you want to come to my stadium, you can buy tickets and stuff like that. So that's one thing. And of course, Elon Musk, who now came out with that statement saying he was going to use it for his weed company. I didn't even know he had a weed company. So those dynamics, obviously, they give this coin, which generally has no value, and it was just a fake coin, it gives it some life. So I think that's the tough part of the coin, is, how does that information play into this coin, which we know was made as a joke?
Yeah, I think that's the thing, though. Yeah, I think that's the problem, though, right? I think the issue is that unit bias and FOMO are two psychological things that people have to deal with on a daily basis when they're dealing with cryptocurrencies. So unit bias says that people are more likely to try to find something that's cheaper so they can get more of it. It's just a human trait. It's human nature to try to get more of something, even if that something is worthless. So then you have to get down to worth. And then on the other side is FOMO. So if your cousin Earl, who you feel like is not that smart, comes in there and tells you they just made $20,000 on, and I'm not Greg, I'm not calling you cousin Earl, but that they just made $20,000 on this coin, you're going to try to figure out how in the world did my stupid cousin Earl make all of this money, and you're gonna try to jump into it too because you gonna fear of missing out, and cousin Earl's gonna have a mansion and you not. You have to understand, like, there's way more to it than just following around with the price and trying to figure out what's going on with the price. And the biggest thing I always say is, it's just like going to the casino. You got to know when it's time to leave, because you can have all the paper unrealized gains that you want. It might say you had $150,000 on that app you have, but until you sell it, you're not realizing that. And the problem is that there might be so much upward pressure on the price until it's not. And when it's not and it starts coming down, who's going to suck up the rest of that volume so that you can actually sell at that top where you got all of this money? And another issue is these markets are 24/7. Which means you could go to sleep and wake up with nothing.
Oh, man.
And that has happened to so many people. Yeah, go ahead, Zay.
I was going to say, if you look at some of the pumps, some of these coins, logistically speaking, if you're not awake between 2 a.m., 6 a.m., and you're not around to jump on a computer and manually sell it, you didn't actually have any gains. Some people will see the price go up, think it's still going up, and then, like you said, go to sleep, take a nap, and then it's gone. Literally. I mean, seen it so many times, wouldn't be surprised this time around.
Listen, man, I say it all the time, right? I say FOMO is not a strategy, right? Everybody want to be a trader, but don't nobody want to put in the work to be a trader, right? So you cannot just get in these markets like, you know what I'm saying, because we're in this bull cycle. Because I literally had people ask me, yo, Doge at 40 cents, should I get in now? Bro, it's at an all-time high. You don't chase a trade. Like, it's just baffling to me, man. It really is. Like, how can somebody want to get into something that they know nothing about just because they heard somebody else say something about it? FOMO is not a strategy, man. Just fear of missing out is not a strategy.
Well, I have to say this because we've had more people come in this week to buy Dogecoin than ever. And just because I feel so strongly about I'm not going to go into the conspiracy theory all the way, but I will say this. I think that this was a calculated way to extract money from the black community because they knew we would have some sort of stimulus coming in and we would be looking at a way to flip it, which is what we're good for, right? And so they put it out there. They put it out there strategically. They started a little earlier on this year because they knew the money was coming and they know we're spenders. And I hate to say it like that. And people have been running, and that is exactly what they're putting their money on. And as Zay said, there are 50 freaking wallets. 50 wallets. Most of them sitting here in Southern California laughing at y'all. That's what I'm going to say. So with that being said, we are refusing to sell Bitcoin. We're refusing to sell Dogecoin at our establishment. And as Zay said, yeah, he knows some of them. I do too. And I've watched them laugh. But I ain't watched them laugh about this because I'm liable to hit somebody. But yeah, they played our community on this one, and they got our fabulous Snoop to help them. So that's what happened with that. That's my opinion. And I'm done speaking, as Miss Charlene would say.
Here's my question, y'all. So could this be possible? could it be possible that these billionaires know that we have the upper hand on them, and they want to make sure we take our eye off the Bitcoin prize, so they send us a different direction so they can continue to accumulate while we taking all of our Bitcoin money and flipping it into Doge because we want quick, easy gains. So they're steadily accumulating. What do y'all think about that?
Oh yeah, Doge had his own tight.
I was just gonna say, just look at them. Like, what major corporations you see putting money into Doge? I mean, I compare Doge to the U.S. dollar, right? It's billions in circulation. They can create as much of it as they want. 10,000 of it's created every minute. I mean, if we're talking about store of value and you know, having money for generations passed down in our family, are you really going to go with Doge? Because the billionaires, that's not what they're going with. They're not putting that on their balance sheet.
Yep. I think Doge is a distraction, and it's by design, right? This is not new. This is what they do. But we've just got to stay focused. You're right. There is no corporation investing in any other coin but Bitcoin. So if you wanted to be real simple with your investment strategy, you could follow that. And you don't need to know anything else. So, but you know, we've got to continue to encourage our community to stay focused. And as my daddy would say, keep your eyes on the prize. And the prize is Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'm getting us.
Even Elon Musk proved that. Elon Musk, he bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. He gave Dogecoin to his son. That's right. All you need to know about the difference.
So one of them's a toy.
I think he does. I think he's that secret billionaire that's been buying up, because you know what is it? Three people own 85% of Dogecoin. So I think he's that secret billionaire. I really do.
Yeah, and also if you look at I mentioned this a lot about the well alerts. It was like very suspicious that, you know, somebody's been constantly just buying hundreds of transactions over like 130 like million. In fact, when it started to, you know, when the price started to start going down, there was a few $1 billion purchases of Doge. Who would do that? It's only in a few wallets. Yeah, I'm with the conspiracy thing.
So here's the question. So do y'all think he's here? I guess it's very sinister. It's almost like evil villain type, like an evil rich villain type of a mentality. It's like, let me control this one currency that I know I can make everybody do whatever I want with it, right? And so you keep buying up as much supply of it as you can, pushing the price up, getting more people to put more of their dollars into it, and at some point you just pull the rug out. Right? Is that what y'all think is going on? Or do you just think it literally is the okie doke, like Miss Teresa on Facebook just said?
I mean, I think. Yeah.
Go ahead, CJ.
Yeah, I think he owns Neuralinks, which is something that goes inside your head to where they say that you can essentially work things without thinking, without doing anything. I mean, just look that up, Neuralinks. And if you think that you know, it's beyond him or somebody that wealth to try to manipulate the market, just think about what Neuralinks are and how they're trying to manipulate your brain.
The bottom line, they've been studying us. They know how we function. They know how we move. And that's just the real. That's the real. They know us, and we're the ones buying Dogecoin. So let's not get it twisted. We're the ones pumping that market right now.
I mean, I think a whole lot of people are pumping it, to be honest, Miss Naja, because I be in these rooms. It ain't a whole lot of us in there, but it be some of us. It be some black folk in there. But the truth is, I think everybody's on this Doge train right now. And that's the thing. Like, if everybody's on the train now, what do good investors always say anyway? Like, you buy when there's blood in the streets. When the charts are green, it's probably a good time to sell. And that's what people are not getting. And they have to get, like, listen, anybody out there, this is a public service announcement. If you know that you had Dogecoin below a penny and it is where it is right now, I don't want you to be in a situation where the entire market changes and you don't get to hold on to what you're seeing in your wallet, because psychologically it's going to bother you. I'm telling you right now, you're going to see $100,000, $200,000. And then if it turns around and in a couple of weeks it's down to $10,000 or $15,000, psychologically that's going to really bother you. So know when to get out of the casino. You can't just keep being in this casino thinking that, hey, I came up on roulette, so I'm going to walk outside and tell everybody, go put your money on black. I just made $7,000. Because the next person going to put their money on black is not necessarily going to win $7,000. And when they come out of the casino, they're going to be looking for you. So just make sure you know when to get up out of that casino.
That's big facts, man. And I don't think people realize how fragile Dogecoin is, bro. Like, and not even talking about the technical aspects you brought out with with who's operating it and everything like that. But even just from this perspective, like the biggest form of TA on Dogecoin is Elon Musk's Twitter account. Like literally, bro. Like if he was done with Doge on his Twitter account, the price would like plummet to the trash can.
I see some people pushing these offshoots of Doge, like some other doggy coins they give a name to, and and people are buying to that too. I was like, oh my gosh. If
Elon says sell Doge, what would happen to the price? Like that's what I mean. That's how fragile it is. It's just fragile, man.
True.
Yeah, and I think on Reddit you got some people trying to pump it, but again, I think Elon's money is too long. If he wants to try and get Dogecoin to $1 to get an extra billion, that may be the play. That may be the easiest billion he's ever made. So I just don't see it. I don't know.
But this is what I want to tell everybody. If Elon makes $1 billion off of it, he got it from you. Understand. Yep. If somebody's selling, if somebody's buying, that means somebody is selling. And so any money he can get pumped into it is just a wealth transfer from you into his pocket. And if he knows he can move that, and him and Mark Cuban know they can move that just by saying a couple things on Twitter, like Zay just said, it's the easiest money they can ever make. And also for your cousin Earl. Your cousin Earl realizes when you come in and put your bread in, he can sell to you too. And guess what? He's making money off of you too, because it's a zero-sum game out here in this market. It's what one person's going to win, one person's going to lose. Just make sure you ain't the loser holding all the bags at the end of the day. So yeah, look, that was perfect, y'all. We back. We at the question and answer segment of this entire show, and this is the Genesis Block, brought to you by Exodus. Make sure that before you buy anything, you come holler at us at the Black Bitcoin Billionaire. We're gonna get you straight. But thank y'all for listening to the Genesis Block this morning. We finished up with the news segment of the program, and now we're on to the question and answering segment of the program. This is the part of the program where you could come up and ask questions about any of the news topics. Come bring your statements, whatever you've been trying to do. We're about to open up hand raising here on Clubhouse and on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure y'all get y'all's questions ready. This is when I turn it over to the beautiful Queen Naja. Queen Naja, do what you do, sister.
Yes, sir. Ready to go.
So me starting off on Facebook, somebody said, who do you purchase Dogecoins from, may I ask? Oh Lord. Listen, I'm not gonna answer. I'm not gonna answer that question.
Not Miss Naja.
Not Miss Naja. You can't get it with Miss Naja. So, here's a different one. When looking at the black community, is anyone considering educating the Social Security and disability population to eliminate their financial dependency, provide financial hope and freedom through Bitcoin? How can we make the difference? Man. Woo. Did y'all hear that? Should I say it again?
Say it one more time.
Yeah, say that one.
It says, when looking at the black community, is anyone considering educating the Social Security and disability population to eliminate their financial dependency, provide financial hope and freedom through Bitcoin? How can we make the difference?
Talk to him, Granny.
Well, let me say this. There's a gentleman out of Atlanta. His name is Randall. If somebody wants to reach out to me, I can get you in contact with Randall. That is what he does. He deals specifically with the Social Security administration and those individuals to make sure that they're getting Bitcoin education. So you can reach out to me and I'll send you his information.
Yeah, that came from my homeboy LaRon Carter. What's up, LaRon, man? He is visually impaired, and that's a dope question there, man. So yeah, what's it? His name is Randall out of Atlanta.
Yes.
Layron, make sure you I don't know how we can get him to hit you up because he's not on what do you call it, on Clubhouse. Maybe if
well, let me tell him to just send me a text message real quick and I'll shoot him Randall's number.
Okay, what's the number, Mrs. Naja? 424. Hold on, I'll put it on the screen because I think I got to do it. So yeah, we at least let them hear it. Okay, 424
317 7373.
7373. Say it one more time.
424-317-7373.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna put that up actually on the thing. I know he don't have a screen reader for it, but 424-317-7373.
Yes, sir. I will get him random information.
Thank you. Yeah, she said send her a text message, Layron. Thank you, Miss Naja. I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, back to Clubhouse for you, sister.
Absolutely. Clubhouse. I think we had we're gonna go with Chelsea. Welcome, Chelsea, to the stage.
Hi, how you guys doing? Awesome. Happy Monday. Just wanted a quick question in terms of I'm learning a lot. I'm following, I feel like, everything for Black Bitcoin Billionaires group between Gentlemen of Crypto every day as well as the Wake Up in the morning. I know that there's not a ceiling, obviously, with crypto. There's just so much that's out there. Wanted to find out, is there a little bit more of a streamlined way to kind of get some more information and learning and whatnot, classes, whatever? Because I know that there are a lot of resources that are obviously here. Wanted to tap into whatever options are available.
Yeah, I have a class on usunjoin.com. So it's the letter u.sunjoined.com, usunjoined.com, that you can take. That probably almost 3,000 people, 4,000 people I think now have taken that class, and a lot of them from this club. So it's u.sunjoined.com. Check that out and use the code BBB when you go check out, because it'll give you $100 off right now.
Perfect, I'll do that.
And also, Lamar, can I speak real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a good little transition too. We're actually, for Black Bitcoin Billionaires, we're starting a YouTube. Well, we already have a YouTube, but we're going to start having interviews, and that's going to hold content from prominent Black Bitcoiners from every different angle, from the legal side, security side, development, how to get set up. And obviously that information is out there, but we got to show, obviously, the community that it's people who look like us and it's people that you can trust who has this information. So we're going to build out that hub, and I'm going to, well, not just me, but the whole Black Bitcoin team. We're going to rely on you guys for if you have like prominent guests or people who you would like to see on. And let's sort of build that way, and we can get a nice little guest list, and it's for us, by us, right? So that's something that we're really excited about. That's going to be coming out. So definitely stay tuned.
Yeah, the easiest way for us to make sure we get this information to you is to go to blackbitcoinbillionaire.com and just sign up. Hit join. It's real easy. We have a lot of people there already, and we're trying to use that as a hub for everything. And then you can go from there to go to your YouTubes and crypto blockchain plug and things that Fred is doing, Toshi Tino, everybody, right? Black Regal. So yeah, we're trying to make that the hub so that we have a place where we can do it outside of everybody else's platform. It's our own platform. So good stuff.
All right, back to you on Facebook, Lamar.
Back to me on Facebook and YouTube. Whoever the dude is on YouTube, man, shout out to him. BK keeps on taking bits. Carmelo, shout out to him. He said he knows you, Zay. He said, ask Zay about me.
Yeah, what up, Carmelo?
Yeah. So Brian Hansen says, I'm not new to Bitcoin, but just started investing. But I feel I want to do more than just invest. Where do I go? So, Bryant, there's a few things you can do. You can work in the Bitcoin industry. Matter of fact, there are jobs up right now at jobs.blackbitcoinbillionaire.com. There are jobs that you can get involved in the cryptocurrency blockchain space and Bitcoin space, I should say. There's also, you can get to coding. You can make your own jobs, make your own applications. There are books out there like Programming Bitcoin that you could potentially get if you want to get into coding. And then what other things do you all think that he can get involved with that's not necessarily just investing?
You can get on getumbrel.com and get a node.
Oh, true. Yep.
And get download a node, help uphold the network. You could also support Bitcoin businesses like with hardware wallets, purchasing from them. You could also accept Bitcoin if you have like a side hustle. You can also earn Bitcoin through like Fold and Lolly. There's a lot of stuff you could do in the market other than just investing. So definitely got to educate a little bit more on things to do, but those are a few right there.
And I know that they both said it best, but I really try to get everybody to realize that there are so many verticals in this space. If you're do social media marketing, if you're an accountant, if whatever it is that you do, you can bring into this space and pretty much create whatever it is you need to, it's wide open. That's what I'm going to say to you. It's wide open. Whatever industry you're currently in, you can come into this space and make a splash. So if you have a career, that path that you're on right now, and you need to try to figure out what the vertical could be, I would tell you to give me a call, because we're looking to revolutionize this space in so many different ways that you're not even thinking. So and that's what we've been doing, and that's what we want to do, is just continue to build, but continue to meet people where they are. And so if you're interested in getting in this space and you have some sort of niche, or it doesn't even have to be a niche. Heck, you could be a cake baker. Literally, I buy Bitcoin cakes all the time for different events that I do. So it's just ridiculous the amount of things that you can do in this space, because you can hardly find anybody that does that thing. So just get with me. This is Miss Naja Roberts, and I will help you to get your part going, because it helps us to continue to push our agenda, which is mass adoption in the Black community. So that's what I like to say. If you're bored,
she said if you're bored. Here's the thing. I want to make sure I go ahead and announce this. I was supposed to do it at the hour, but Stace Mitchell and TM Duke, I'm gonna give it to both of y'all, because Stace made a great. He had a great question, and I'll ask it next time. It's on Twitter. It's not on Facebook or YouTube. But after you get the question from the stage, I'll ask his question. But you two, please send me a request if you're still watching to $Lamar for $1, and I will send you over your Satoshis. So on Cash App, send me a request for $1, Stace Mitchell and TM Duke, and I will send you over your Satoshis. Thank y'all for supporting and promoting the Genesis Block this morning by way of Facebook and Twitter. Thank you.
Lamar, can you check your DMs and see if you can give me permission to announce that, and then we'll move back to Clubhouse. We'll move to Clubhouse, and the next person on Clubhouse is Sharif. Sharif, welcome to the stage.
Peace, family. I hope all is well. Happy Moon Day. Shout out to the Black Bitcoin Billionaire, man. I've been following you all for some time now, and I'm excited. I'm happy with the results that I'm getting, mainly in just understanding the space. Two quick things. One is I'm a products and service and artist, person as well, and I'm looking to accept Bitcoin for certain products. If there is any insight on, maybe if you have a $25, is there a comparison, like a $25 product to a certain amount of Bitcoin that you should, maybe ask for that equals, or just trying to understand that space. And then secondly, I have a question directed towards Zay. I told And if you can hear, I told Mike to ask, but I was wondering if you're in the city, I want to try to put together something for the youth, like a Bitcoin, lesson for the youth. I know that Miss Naja and others are doing the tours around the cities, but I know, you're in the same city as I. We, I know your brothers and things like that. We have similar circles, so I just wanted to kind of connect those dots and see what we could do here locally.
Oh yeah, Sharif, you're in Charlotte, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, bet. So July we do have the Bitcoin summer camp. It'll be the entire month of July. So that's one thing, and we're also teaching the parents of the kids for free as an event as well. But we can link up definitely and talk more to get some more outreach, because I know that won't be the only thing. So yeah, definitely. And if you know my brothers, yeah, definitely, we definitely could talk.
Yeah, we went to school together, and if you ask Mike about Sharif, we have good rapport. So I was telling him, I was getting into the space and just looking to, make some connections and stuff like that. So I appreciate that.
Man,
absolutely. Just send me a DM and we'll do it, because Charlotte needs to hear about it. Big banking city, and they have no idea what's coming.
Right.
They have no idea.
Hey, Sharif, I just asked Mike. He said I don't fool with you, man.
He said that.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, Sharif.
If he said that, man, and that's all right. I'll holler at him like, oh yeah, that's how we do.
No, I'm just messing with you, Doc. Yeah, man, that's good stuff, man. Y'all trying to make stuff happen in Charlotte, Doc. That's real good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me get back over here, because I know, like I said, I had that great question from my man, Stace Mitchell. Says, does anyone foresee future problems when it comes to the property classification of cryptocurrency? Eminent domain comes to mind. I also understand why wallets would be important. Just curious from your legal perspective.
So they kind of already started that, didn't they? With the virtual asset, was it VASP, virtual asset service provider? They put out a bill basically saying that anybody who owns a wallet or a node or is a miner has to register in order for them to be able to track, I guess, the inflow of money. So yeah, I think that's possible, and it's already started. But having a private wallet, nobody can actually take it away from you. It's sort of the pushback we're waiting for. But yeah, public addresses where they can be tracked with something like a VASP, that's already kind of started, and hopefully it can kind of go away. It's not a law yet, but it is a bill that was suggested.
Man,
yeah, I don't see it working. Because with eminent domain, they can come and, make you like give up your property or take possession, which you can't do with Bitcoin because it's censorship resistant.
No, but he's saying, like, think about it. If all of our stuff is held in custody, if people have all their stuff on exchanges, it's just like what happened with gold in the banks.
Yeah, that part I understand, but I'm talking about in your personal wallet. That's why we always, one of the number one rules is that it's not your Bitcoin if you don't have the keys, right? I mean, you may have the rights to it, but if you leave it on the exchange, you open it up to potential like seizure or at the mercy of the exchanges. Because I know people who've gotten blocked and they can't get access to their asset. So that's just like a lesson learned. If you keep your custody of your Bitcoin, they can't seize it no matter how much they talk.
Right.
Well, it'll probably take one successful eminent domain case to go through before everybody who has crypto on an exchange realizes I need to get it off of there as soon as possible. So they'll probably do us a tremendous favor if we have just one case where that happens.
Yeah, can't wait. And also, too, the executive order you were talking about, Lamar, well, them taking the gold from the banks or having to turn in your gold to the banks. All you have to do is with Bitcoin is not turn it in. I mean, we've seen people get arrested and have millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin and just not give them their private keys. So they can't confiscate anything. You got to understand, you're powerful as a person now. There's nothing they can do to take it.
You are.
If you don't allow it.
Yeah, if you don't allow it. And there's a gentleman right now sitting in prison that refuses to give up his private keys. And I think he's got another 2 or 3 years. But, by the time he gets out, it'll be all good, right?
He did his time.
Mine's in the ocean.
Yeah, I lost mine in a boat neck.
Yeah, they can go down and die for it.
Hey, I'm just gonna be real. Black people, y'all gotta stop saying y'all on boats, cause ain't too many of us out there ain't there boating. We gotta say we lost ours some other way, man. Cause I don't know too many black people out here boating all the time.
Every time y'all say that, I think about that Twitter thing where they were talking about, I hate to say the word, but the in Navy.
Right.
Every time y'all say something about a boat, I start
You right. We was on a cruise ship. We was on a car and I ain't even gonna say their name. We was on one of them cruise ships. But yeah, back to Facebook. Back to Facebook. Ain't we on Facebook now, Miss Naja?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think we are on Facebook.
Yeah, so Eric Beasley said, anyone got thoughts on crypto domain names? But Eric, if we give them out on here, everybody gonna hear them, Eric. They gonna beat you to it.
Hey, yeah, but on that note, I do want to share this, and I don't want to pub this company, but I think that it's all time that we buy our actual domains .crypto. Because I got my first payments this weekend through my domain name, and I didn't even have to give them my public address. I was able to use NajaRoberts.crypto and get my Bitcoin sent over through Unstoppable Domains. So it's an incredible opportunity that we need to start learning about.
I agree. I've over time I've been buying some on Unstoppable Domains, buying .crypto. I haven't yet used the utility of it, so I'm thankful that you just brought that up, because for a long time I was just doing it as a placeholder, but now you're saying that the utility is there, so I'm about to check that out. Thank you.
Yep, I checked it out on a place that I don't support, but since they were using it, I just thought I'd try it out, and it worked.
Does anybody have any information about when they're going to be releasing the Black Wall Street app as far as as a crypto platform?
May 31st, my brother, the actual 100th year anniversary of the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombing. The wallet will be dropping on May 31st.
Yeah, I was out in Leimert Park last week, and I saw some information. Are they going to do a bus tour in the city of Los Angeles?
Well, you were in Leimert Park, and I'm actually going to start the tour right there on Degnan. So I'm right here in Inglewood, by the way, but I'm going to start it on Degnan.
Awesome.
Because that's Wall Street, right?
Yes. And in your company, CryptoPlug, can one physically go down there and purchase a wallet from you?
Yes, we have those in stock, but I was going to say the wallets that we're giving out are free, but yes, I better make sure that I clarify that you can buy ledgers here. We have them in stock.
Awesome. Thank you.
You are welcome. All right, so we're going back to Clubhouse, Lamar, really quick. We have Juba Money. Juba Money Talk. Welcome.
How's everyone doing? I want to apologize to Lamar. Last time we spoke, I was on here. I think something happened. I couldn't get back on. Something kicked me off. You remember that, Lamar?
Yeah, we thought you was gone.
No, I wasn't going. The whole time I was there, but I was kicked off, and I just couldn't get back. I was gone.
Well, you here now. You here now, good brother.
Yeah. The question, what question I had to ask? Okay, my question is this about the Bitcoins. Now, when is a good time? Can y'all tell the people when is a better time, do you think, for people to buy into Bitcoin? Because right now, it's down. So you think that people should just buy anytime, or wait till it's a certain, target price for it to fall a little more, or what?
I would say buy any dip. Yeah, buy any dip you see right now, definitely. And if you dollar cost averaging, that's just buying over time, no matter the price. Because you got to remember, it's scarce. So you're trying to buy as much Bitcoin as possible. So you do want to get it at as low a price. But dollar cost averaging is the only strategy I've seen that's worked pretty much 100% of the time if you've done it more than 3 years. So.
All right, that was my question. I'm just gonna listen today.
Hey, thank you, Juba Money.
Thank you, Juba.
You're welcome.
All right, Lamar, back to you on Facebook.
I think we're getting into that slowdown time where the questions start ceasing and we start seeing more cash tags. Somebody said, hold on. Somebody said, I know you don't want to pump wallets and we need to start getting our money off into a wallet. What are some of the wallets that you all recommend? And they basically said, I know you don't want to suggest them, but yeah, we tell people. So yeah, I'll let one of y'all take that.
So I'll say, because Exodus Wallet supports the Black Bitcoin billionaires, we will say Exodus, and because Edge Wallet supports what I do, the work in the community, by giving me Satoshis to give back to the community, I would say Edge Wallet. And then coming soon would be the Black Wall Street Wallet. Again, the Black Wall Street, and it's theblackwallstreet.com. So any of those two wallets are who we know support us, but also Casa. It's not necessarily a wallet, but once you get into getting your wallet and some of those things, you'll start to really understand why Casa is important to you and your family. So I'll just put that out there since we're taking kind of a commercial break.
Casa does have a single key setup. So if you want to do a single key, that's one thing I had to learn, Ms. Naja. They do have where you can have a single key wallet on Casa. So you can get Casa and not have to pay for it because it'll just be like a regular wallet.
Awesome. Since we got a little stage break before you pump it back up and get us going, can I make my quick announcement?
Yes, ma'am, of course. You'll never have to ask, Miss Naja.
So I would like to share with each and every one of you that today at 2 o'clock Pacific time, 2 o'clock Pacific, I will be on CNBC Fast Money with Miss Melissa Lee. So I'll be on CNBC. So I'm excited about that interview and looking forward. This week we'll give you some updates. We're on the Breakfast Club and a bunch of other places. So we'll be talking to you about those.
That is what's up. That's what's up.
Beautiful.
Hey, Lamar, I have a question.
Yes.
Congrats, big time.
So I was in the last segment where you all were having a discussion about Coinbase versus Cash App. And I wanted to ask, so could you guys speak a little bit more towards the benefits of purchasing Bitcoin from Cash App? Like, can we transfer the Bitcoin that we purchase from Cash App to a different virtual wallet, or does that have to remain in Cash App? Like, I'm a purchaser from Coinbase, so I have never even thought to even use Cash App. So could you just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, for early users, it's really easy for people because most people have Cash App on their phone. So it's really easy just to get them involved, getting them to buy through Cash App. And yes, you can take it from Cash App and put it into your own wallet. It allows you to take it off of Cash App and into your own wallet. So in the same way you would do that on Coinbase, it's just we recommend Cash App, not only because they support us, but before they even supported us, we were saying it because by far it's one of the easiest ways for newbies to get onto the actual and get off of zero and onto some sort of Bitcoin.
Right. And I also heard, and maybe you can debunk this a little bit. So as far as Robinhood and buying Bitcoin from Robinhood, I've heard multiple times that you're not actually owning the Bitcoin when you purchase off of Robinhood. Is that the same when it comes to Cash App? Because I've heard similar back and forth when it comes to purchasing from Cash App. What's your take on that?
It's so basically, Robinhood, they're only going to allow you to sell your Bitcoin. You can't take your Bitcoin from Robinhood and put it into your own wallet. So if you buy Bitcoin on Robinhood, the only way you can get anything from it is to liquidate it and go back into cash and then take the cash and put it somewhere where you can buy the Bitcoin. So yeah, we try to keep people away from that because just like we were talking about with the whole eminent domain, the only people that can, turn over your actual Bitcoin are people that have it in custody. And that's what you don't want, right? You don't want to be able to, them to come in and take your Bitcoin off of an exchange and keep it in custody. You feel me? So that's what we were talking about. Yep.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'd like to mention the fees also on Cash App are a lot less than Coinbase. And also when you transfer it out, you're not hit with the mining fee. They absorb that.
They don't charge the transaction fee on the way out of Cash App. But Coinbase passes that fee on down to you.
first because I will be back for another one. People, you have to be patient.
All right.
What you coming back for? Somebody's coming back for another one. What, they getting some donuts? What's going on? Did y'all hear that? Or was I the only one?
Yeah, just tell them, whoever it is, tell them bring back a full dozen.
I know, a full dozen. But we're going to let Andre speak in just a second when we come back from Facebook, Lamar, because he was next. I see him flashing his mic. We're going to make sure you get in order.
It says, which wallet and platforms are accessible for visually impaired? That I don't know. Does anybody know?
We actually were talking about that, which is why I got in contact with Randall. We thought about Braille. It was a couple of different issues that came up. So we're working on some disability. We're working on some disability things because we've been talking to people that can't see but need to write down seed words. There's a bunch of stuff happening right now. So just, maybe you can work with us to figure out what your disability is, and then we can try to bring that to the table and come up with a solution. But we're looking for, again, some of those things that we never thought about, but now people are asking. So again, this space is wide open for innovation, for inventions. And, if you have a solution to a problem, you definitely could make millions of dollars being that provider. So please make sure you reach out and we'll get you going and started. And it'll be your idea, nothing that we're going to take. It'll be your idea. We'll just help you nurture it, get you the finances that you need to get some stuff going and make it happen.
I was just going to add, Ms. Naja, if you're if you're using an Apple device, a lot of those features are already built in. So, they have a lot of features for visually impaired. I should know because I used to work for the company for a long time. And so a lot of that stuff's already built in. You just have to turn on those options, So you have to find help so you can get those options turned on. And most of the apps have to work with it because, Apple kind of mandates that. So if you're using things like, the Exodus wallet or you're using the Edge wallet and it's on an iOS device, you're definitely going to have those options. If you're using a Mac, again, you're going to have those options as well. So this stuff is like built in to their hardware and to their operating systems. So look into those devices.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And next on the stage, we have Andre. Andre, welcome.
Thank you. I just found this space last night, and I appreciate the resource. So thank you to everybody, all the moderators. My question is, because I did just find the space last night, I'm heavily invested in Ethereum and Mana. I only have about 500 in Bitcoin. I never heard anybody thoughts on Ethereum, so I don't know if I should get out of there. And then I guess my second question, as far as being innovative, I own an asphalt maintenance company, and I do parking lots and driveways. And I was trying to find my space in NFTs using artists and thermoplasting their art in certain like spaces, like a parking lot at a Family Dollar or something. And the only way you can see that art is there, or something like that. Do you guys think that is innovative enough? And I just want to see how I can find my space in it, because I come from a rich community by Notre Dame, and a lot of people don't know what to do with their money.
You know what, Andre? I almost got chills. So let me just tell you this. Before I got on this call today, this is no joke. Fred, Brandon, and Sarissa's on. They can share with you. I am looking for a asphalt company to put our crypto kids camp in our new. Man, I wish you were here. I'm almost thinking about flying you out here to try to figure out how we can do this. Absolutely.
I would love to help out either way, helping you find somebody, anything. I've never been in a place where I find like-minded individuals, and like I said, it's just amazing to hear all of you speak and be around people like me.
Absolutely. Well, let's touch bases today. I'm hiring an asphalt company today. We got a 15,000 square foot facility. We're getting ready to do that with asphalt, and man, it's just incredible. So yeah, let's reach out. Please reach out so we can get.
I will
I'm
definitely
following.
do so. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, man. That's something.
But another thing though, I really want to know about the Ethereum and Mono because I have like I don't have very much money, but you know I got like 10 grand in there and only
Let me
500.
let me cut you off. Let me cut you off. Hello, can you hear me? I should have told you that first. One of the rules, or one of the rules that I have, or I like to say in our rooms, is please make sure you don't tell anybody how much of anything you have, because all of us are not family on here, right?
Right.
And people are looking to find individuals that they can manipulate or get some of your cryptocurrency from you. So please, each and every one of you, be very discreet as to what you own. In fact, most of us, you will hear us say, we lost ours on a cruise. It dropped in the ocean, right? We don't own any. So just make sure that you, as you move forward, you just continue to be anonymous about what you actually have when you're talking. So any of our moderators know anything or want to chime in on Ethereum or Mana, excuse me.
Oh, I don't know about Mono.
Mana
I
is
think is
Decentraland.
So that's like a gaming type of platform, I believe, and they use that token to make purchases in the game, I believe. So it's like a virtual world for NFTs, and they use Mana to purchase like I think you can purchase like land inside the game with Mana. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, you can buy like not necessarily like say once it blows up and Nike puts a world in there, you can buy virtual Nike shoes, and that's the only way you can get your physical pair of them.
Right. What's the question about them?
Well, I guess my question is, I didn't know, like, I understand that it's a bunch of crypto out there. I just, you guys talk so much about Bitcoin. I just didn't know if I need to necessarily get out of that space and get into Bitcoin or just get into Bitcoin.
With the other stuff, we always encourage people to do their own research and everything like that. But we definitely what we do here is we teach people the generational wealth play, or we just people just go along the journey with us. We building up our community to encourage our community to dollar cost average Bitcoin, and whatever you do from there is that's solely up to you and your research. But yeah, that's the generational wealth play is the scarce asset, which is Bitcoin.
All right, awesome. You guys definitely answered it.
I'll add a little bit to what Black Regal said. Always have a reason for what you're holding. So if you're dealing in that NFT space and that Mana and that Ethereum is necessary for you to deal in those spaces, then I would only keep what I need, to make transactions for those specific purposes, for its utility. But if you literally don't have a reason that you can justify through your own research to hold something, it's probably a good indication that you might be looking to get rid of it.
Okay, thank you. I definitely trust the research, and I want to support the artists in the NFT space, and I just think that is a good space to do it. So, but definitely, thank you guys.
Can I say something real quick, Ms. Naja? I think this is important to what you said earlier about people saying how much crypto they have and that kind of thing. Just be aware too that there are people who can duplicate with minor adjustments our Instagram accounts and then reach out to people as though we're reaching out to them and saying, "Hey, we saw you in the Black Bitcoin Billionaire Club, and we want to talk to you about doing some crypto stuff. I had this situation come up." And so I just want to make people aware of that. Make sure you verify. And normally we will give you our information offline directly. So I just want to make sure that's clear, because I don't want anybody getting scammed and saying they came into this room and all of a sudden one of us, Lamar reached out to me, and it's Lamar's fake person that reached out to you. So I've seen that happen several times. So just please be careful.
Thank you.
Lamar, you got to stop that, bro.
Look, man, they've been doing it. They did it again today. I thought it had been gone for a while. I thought I blocked everybody, but they tried again today, but I blocked them. So, yeah, we all good.
Absolutely. Lamar, you got anything over there on YouTube or Facebook?
Will BBB security seminar take place today? Are y'all doing the security room today? I think it's
we do that
the scam room.
Wednesday.
On Wednesdays. On Wednesday, it 2. It's on Wednesday.
Wednesdays at 6:30
Wednesdays at 6:30
p.m. Eastern time.
p.m. Eastern time. They can hear you. I don't know why I'm over here repeating like they can hear you.
You trying to translate, man? You a translator or what?
I'm translating the coffee speech. That's what it is.
Making sure the people get the information. We appreciate you. Fernando, are you ready, Fernando, or did you already put your piece in? I remember talking to you, but what's going on, Fernando?
Sorry, just unmuted myself. Sorry. The question I had too, as far as like you guys were speaking a little bit on the NFTs, I just published one, and I noticed I did on Rarible. But do you guys know of any other platform for people of like minorities that can reach out? But also, because a lot of it has to be transaction with Ethereum. Do they have any for Bitcoin though?
Any of our experts know of any for Bitcoin? I know we just did our Crypto Kids camp on OpenSea, but we're anybody know?
No, I don't think there are any. I think you can do it on Bitcoin for sure, but I don't think anybody has a platform yet for it just yet.
Gotcha. And now with because I live out here in California now, is there any way to like maybe like help out, volunteer to like help people to teach them how to do it? You know, because I know you said that you had a camp that helped out with kids, but do you guys have other resources or somewhere where like a place where others can meet in the same way, that just to help, you know, people like educate each other and kind of vibe off each other?
I have a full 4,000 square foot facility over here that you are welcome to come and teach the community. As long as it's cryptocurrency, blockchain related, you are welcome to come here and hold your groups. So that's why I'm here. That's what we opened it for us.
Awesome. Okay, well then I'll reach out to you, Naja, and that way maybe I can help out with something and just help our community grow.
Absolutely, looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you to Sean. I see Sean below. Put my card on their as their profile picture. I appreciate all the support. So thank you, Sean, for that. Thank you. All right. So next to this, Facebook and YouTube. What's up, Sinclair? You still in Zimbabwe?
No, I just got black yesterday.
I thought you been black, Sinclair.
No,
hey, look,
man.
I'm blacker. If y'all didn't know, I'm blacker now.
He's blacker. He's blacker than black. Corey
blacker than black. And I'm on my way to Minneapolis, if anybody's there, just to check in on this George Floyd thing. And I'll be black in D.C. Tomorrow, God willing.
My man.
So, definitely just, super hyped. When I was overseas, again, you using flows. So I just hope everybody there's still so many scams out there with this, as we see bubbles come and go. So just stay vigilant. That's all I can humbly. I'm out front.
Absolutely. All right, Lamar, on YouTube and Facebook. Lamar. We will be doing a crypto corner class on May 7th and 8th right there in Atlanta. We're going to be doing something with Mayor Keisha Bottom, and then we're going to be moving over to the Black House to make sure we are doing some crypto. It's just a kind of a rally, but we can definitely teach a little bit of crypto over there.
Yeah, I'm back. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Oh, boy. I don't know. Brother Sinclair, you brought some energy with you when you came. You said, I'm black. I've been black since yesterday, boy. Everything just shut down. I don't know what the heck that was. That was some weird energy pulse right there. Plus, I couldn't get off the stage. Corey Marshall said, no one can say absolutely like Queen Naja. She bodies it every time. I couldn't get that off.
I'm gonna get my T-shirt made. We've been talking about that.
Absolutely.
We've been talking about getting Lamar's shirt made too. So you hear where is he at? Is he up here? Our merch person? He missed that one.
Tino, yeah, we gotta get that. Hold on. Oh man, so yeah, we back. Can y'all hear me? See something? Yeah, somebody said yes. Okay, so everybody think they know we back. Okay. Cause boy, people on there, I know they got a huge. We lost like 20 people when that happened. 20 people just dropped the whole connection when it happened.
All right, Miss Deborah, welcome to the stage. I hear an echo now too, but Deborah, welcome to the stage.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I just want to say I appreciate you all so much for all that you're doing. I'm very excited about getting back into the Bitcoin game. My question is, what is your recommendation, or what are your thoughts if someone wants to take money out of their IRA or remove money out of their IRA and put it into Bitcoin? And if so, what is the best way to do that?
Let's make a financial disclaimer right now. We are not financial advisors, and anything we say on this line is for information purposes only, actually entertainment. But anybody want to speak to that, any of our moderators?
I know last year, go ahead, Jacoby.
No, I was just going to say, like, I borrowed from my IRA to make purchases last year. I borrowed, so I had to pay it back, but that turned out to be a great decision on my part. So I don't know if you can do that. So it just depends on, the institution that you're with, and whether or not you can do something like that. So I've been able to do that. So, if you feel so inclined, as they said, this is not financial advice, and it's for entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. So if you choose to do something like that, go for it.
Okay, I thought maybe another person had a response. If not,
yeah, that was Black Regal. Go ahead, Black Regal.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was saying that I was actually going to say something very similar to Jacoby. Like I took from mine when I was working last year, because you could do it without the penalty because of the COVID situation. But I don't think that is in place now. But yeah, I've borrowed from it before and just paid the penalty or whatnot, or took out without paying back and paid the penalty. There's a few ways you can do it. You could do it and do the penalty, or you can borrow from it and pay it back.
I have another experience with this aspect. So what I did was I actually had the plan in mind to utilize my 401k money to buy Bitcoin. So half of it I made sure was going into a Roth IRA, and borrow against that Roth IRA, and also expose that account to a Grayscale Bitcoin, which I don't fully recommend per se, but what was sitting in there was somewhat exposed to Bitcoin, but I did borrow against it to purchase Bitcoin, just like the other two moderators. And of course, that worked out pretty well for me as well. But my approach was just doing it from my Roth IRA, where I have less penalties for borrowing or getting out of it.
I think in the CARES Act, that stipulation should be there. So.
No, it's not. This is really important.
It's been phased out?
It did. It phased out at the end of 2020.
Great.
I use it as well.
Great.
Yeah, last year was really a time to borrow or take that.
Yep. Money was free, man. That's all I could say. It was such a great time to borrow.
Sure was.
And let me share something too. And I know we're not providing financial advice, but since he mentioned it and he said he did not recommend it, was the grayscale. I just wanted to point out that I have a client that we were looking over their paperwork last week, and they almost bought a Bitcoin worth of fees with grayscale. And of course, they have a lot of money in their fund, but when we looked at those fees, they could have purchased the whole entire Bitcoin had they not gone through and utilized grayscale. So you all really want to be careful and look at those fees and all the things that are associated with it, because you can buy Bitcoin yourself and not necessarily have to go through grayscale, obviously. And I'm saying that for those of you who are thinking about participating and having exposure to the market and whatever else you're thinking about as far as covering yourself and being safe and all this stuff, that it costs a lot to play in that market. So I just wanted to share that information.
Okay, that's helpful. I will do some more research on that. I have a bit of a good report because I have what's his name, Albert Willis, came into one of my member groups for a whole week last week, and I invited a young woman who's on Clubhouse, and she came in a couple of times. Anyway, I opened up a room yesterday. She was in this room. And when we were finished, I asked her how did she enjoy the seminar on Bitcoin, and she was still on the fence about getting in the game. So I mentioned to her about Cash App and how she could go into Cash App, and then I actually walked her through it, how she can go into Cash App, and just get in the game for $10, et cetera, et cetera. And by the time I showed her, and then she realized there was also a stock option in there or whatever, she went on and did it. So it worked. It does work. So thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely. That's a phenomenal thing that people need to hear, because we need to hear those praise reports. We are getting people to get in and get started at wherever they are. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Miss Deborah. I linked up with you as well. That's a good job on orange pilling, the sister.
Thank you, Miss T. I am excited to connect with you.
All right, Monty, I'm trying to get past that Joker picture, but welcome to the stage.
Oh, thanks, Ms. Nash. My hat's off to you as usual. You're doing a great job, and I'm definitely gonna make sure everybody understands the Black Coin Billionaires is actually making things happen. So, when we have these conversations outside of Clubhouse about, we Black people aren't getting together, they're not pulling resources, they're not doing this, doing that, I'm gonna say no. Go to Clubhouse, look at the Black Coin Billionaires, and they're definitely way out in front, and they're making things happen. This is something that I've been thinking about. Arthur Hayes is going to be seeing his day in court soon. Does anyone have any feelings in terms of how this could play out? Is this going to be an opportunity to acknowledge that we're in a growing sector, growing innovation going on here, and they need to be a little bit light-handed, or are they going to try to set an example for this brother in terms of you've been, Arthur Hayes has a habit of speaking his mind. I don't know exactly how that's going to play out. Any feelings or thoughts on that?
I don't know. I don't think to be honest, I don't see what he did that was so different than all of these other guys that went off to other countries and set up exchanges.
I agree.
Except some people are saying that it's the leverage and a lot of other stuff, but I'm like, there's all kinds of derivatives and things out here. So I don't know. To be honest, I don't know enough about the case, but it just does feel like they're trying to make an example of this dude.
Yeah, I would agree with Lamar. I think they're making an example, and I think the main reason, Lamar, from what I know about this situation, is that when they gave him the KYC requirements and told them they have to do them, Arthur Hayes and his crew, they actually gave their users a window of time, to be able to move their stuff off exchange before they put in the requirements. Other other exchanges just shotgunned it and said starting today, and that's it. So I think that's what they're probably going to use to maybe make an example out of him, because he gave people time.
Yeah, it's like AML violations. What's so crazy though is that these large banks keep getting caught with anti-money laundering violations, and all they do is to do a fine. Look how many times HSBC has been hit with anti-money laundering violations. Yep. And all they get is a huge fine. But then they're talking about trying to give this dude actual criminal penalties for anti-money laundering violations. To me, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I've only calculated like $2 trillion worth of fines and penalties and such going through the banking system. Everybody's on the list. HSBC, UBS, Citibank, Wells Fargo, everybody's on the list. You can't find a bank that's not on the list for money laundering and bribery, front running.
And all they do is pay fines. That's it. Literally, all they do is pay fines.
Well, they got the complexion for protection.
There you go. I actually like that, how you put that.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I got to remember that one. I like that one.
It's that old school.
Lamar, you got anything from Facebook and YouTube?
Yes, ma'am. For sure.
About 6 minutes. Yes, sir.
YouTube. Miss Wendy Thomas said, do you know of any financial planners or attorneys in this space who have expertise in estate planning and tax planning with crypto involved?
I can tell you just about the sister that was on here on this platform. Her name was Portia Wood, Portia Wood. She specializes in trust, and she has something called Trust Fund Kids. But you can check her out. I did get a chance to talk with her. I'm not necessarily, saying that she is phenomenal as it relates to crypto in your trust, but I think you can pull those things together once you understand crypto and then take her expertise and wrap it together. So I think she's a great start because she's trying to understand the space a little bit more. Because I personally wouldn't be giving my attorney my private keys. So that's just that was a no for me. But but as far as trust and those sorts of things, she seemed to be phenomenal in that area. So Portia Wood.
I can add something too. So I second that comment about not giving your attorney your private keys. This is Charlene. But I'd also like, so the first person that asked the question, reach out to me if you can. So you can hit me on Instagram. So my company, what we're doing is we're developing a network of professionals that span across the money space. So these are culturally competent money experts, and we're looking at CPAs, we're looking at estate planners around the U.S. And so, the thing about estate planning is that they have to be licensed per state, right? So if you are in a state where a person's not licensed, she can't help you. So if you could reach out to me, I'd love to just chat with you. We're working on the estate planning space, and we're also focusing on people that have crypto expertise as well.
Thank you, Charlotte. I apologize. I got to remember that, and we'll definitely get some people sent your way. So thank you for sharing again, because I know you shared before. I got to remember that.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, Miss Naja, I think I'll go ahead before we get too deep down in it, and go ahead and start closing this thing up for Facebook. This is the Genesis Block. Every Monday at 11 a.m. we do the Genesis Block here on Clubhouse in the Black Bitcoin Billionaires Club. I just want to say thank everybody for showing up today. Thank you guys for listening in on YouTube and on Facebook. We had over 75 people watching live across all of our many different channels, and we had way more than that here on Clubhouse. So shout out to you guys this morning. It's been really awesome. Thank everybody on stage that has helped us keep this thing rolling over the weeks. Shout out to Bitcoin Zay, who was able to come back again today today. But yeah, man, I really had a good time today. Miss Naja, you did a wonderful job. Make sure y'all check Miss Naja out today on CNBC at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Outside of that, man, everybody, thank y'all for listening as usual, and we'll see y'all next week. And if you have a chance to join blackbitcoinbillionaire.com, go sign up right now. What we'll do is put a link to the Discord so that you can actually engage in this before they put out the Android version of this application. So yeah, with that said, all I gotta say is live love, love life. If you live love, you will love your life. Holla at y'all Facebook and YouTube.